Hello, and again, welcome to Bit Depth. I'm Santiago Ramones. Across from me is...
I'm Benji Skaloot.
I know it's not like your real name. Where does Skaloot come from?
So, where does it come from? Oh, yeah. So I took the last name of that girl who wrote The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, and I just started spelling it phonetically like I pronounced it. Like, that's how I thought it was pronounced, and I started spelling it like that. But I combined, and it rolled off the tongue. The name Benji Skaloot rolled off the tongue like curdled cheese to me. I just thought it was like really kind of like just weird. But I'm really proud enough to like have it on my tombstone though. And I feel more like a Benji Skaloot than my government name, which is Ben Askren. Yeah, I share a name with the dude who lost to Jake Paul.
Oh, I didn't even know that. But
well, he was a very good Olympic wrestler, but not very good at fighting Jake Paul, and I always like wanted to distance myself from him. I knew about him when I was like 5, and the day after that fight, I got asked for a total of $855 on Venmo from people who lost bets, and then I asked the actual Ben Askren for a penny, and he couldn't seem to spare it.
Oh,
for my troubles. He couldn't do it. I got it, dude. I posted that on Instagram, but yeah. Skaloot comes from a mistranslation of the author's last name from The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, which is a very fascinating book about those immortal cancer cells that like changed how we know that disease fundamentally. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like an example of like just like racial colonization on the cellular level.
Dude, the worst racial colonization on the cellular level. Man, they treated her terribly. I mean.
Anyways, we're here to talk about you. Who are you? What do you do?
Well, I am a composer, a bassist, and shit poster. I recently graduated from Oklahoma City University with a Bachelor of Arts pre-med degree. So that basically means I'm a music major who also took the prereqs to be a physician's assistant. And I just returned my rentals today, so I should get rid of my hold. I want to see my grades, see if I like actually graduated college.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I'm just starting my gap year, and man, I just got back from Portland, Oregon too.
Yeah, I was seeing some of that.
Dude, city is amazing.
Yeah,
it is like the nicest city I've ever been to.
Yeah, except for the homeless population, which is not like their fault, but yeah.
No, it's not, and I would only say it was honestly like marginally worse than Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Oklahoma City's getting pretty bad.
Yeah. There were no people like ODing on the streets like you've heard. There were some tent cities on like a little bit of tents on sidewalks, but like, man, it was nowhere near as bad as LA. Like nobody sleeping on the street. I actually did see a guy like ODing in LA on like Hollywood Boulevard.
I didn't see it in LA. I saw it in San Francisco. Just like needles out and about. I was like, man. Anyways.
It was pretty tame, but yeah.
Yeah, let's get into, I guess, since we're talking about school, like, what the fuck? Why pre-med and music major?
So I went in there as a composition major just because I always loved music and writing music. I got into playing bass, and I started with playing classical upright bass in the public schools of Springfield, Missouri. And my goal with upright bass was to like have a foundation so that I could switch to electric bass. Mm-hmm. And I did that within the first 6 months of starting. Yeah. So I started off playing bass, like knowing sheet music. Yeah. And knowing a bit how to blend with like a string ensemble. I had a really like great set of teachers for my upright bass career.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to play at their retirement concert that's on
cool.
like this Saturday. Yeah. They were a husband and wife team, Andy and Elizabeth Johnston. And they were both some of the greatest teachers I ever had, just across subject matter in school. They just made it so simple to start off with. And they were really polite. And Mr. Johnston was a really zany dude. And I'm really excited to see both of them, honestly. Like they were really good at their job and really good at working with children and making them like passionate about the subject matter and like commending respect. They didn't really have to do much for you to just like respect them. And they were really good conductors too. They knew how to use facial expressions to cue instruments. They had really good tact, and tact is a conducting term that shows where like the precise moment of the beat is when you move the baton. And what else? Mrs. J had a really great death stare whenever you would mess up your music.
Hold on, let's bring it back to you again. Why bass?
Well, that day we started, I was looking at all the instruments and I was like, man, seems like not a lot of other people are going to play bass. Also, I had a cousin who played guitar and I thought he was the coolest dude in the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if I could play an instrument with him. He had bass. And also, I knew the upright bass would transfer to electric bass. I wanted to play electric bass with him.
This is a lot of wisdom to have, especially at the point of deciding to play an instrument. So good on you.
Yeah, man. And I just kept playing bass in orchestras and like playing bass in little like rock cover bands. And I guess it just got really out of hand from there.
So then composition, you didn't do performance. So why composition in particular?
Well, I was always like writing stuff. I mean, at first it just started like goofing around on my electric bass. And then I had, I was already sheet music literate and I just loved writing. I just loved writing. At the time when I was like 14 or 15, I got really into Frank Zappa. And that was like...
That'll do it.
That'd do it. That was... I've stolen like so much from Frank Zappa, dude. I stole everything from him, man. His music was just complicated and incredible to me. But then there's also like the really simple, like melodic moments of Zappa were just really inspiring to me. And I really like taught myself just how to compose at first to just listening to him and listening to other stuff. I listened to everything, man. And I mean like everything, dude.
What were you listening to on the way here?
Oh, it was actually silence, ironically, but
that is part of everything.
But I slept on that first Return to Forever record with Chick Corea. I was listening to that earlier today. Like that first track really got to me. I was like, it was a really like dark and angular melody. And I'm going to transcribe it later, dude. It's just so cool.
Nice.
It's been like Return to Forever, UGK, Deerhoof, whatever hip hop like The Alchemist is producing. I saw Freddie Gibbs at the Tower not too long ago. Also, I've never listened to You're Dead by Flying Lotus and not been inspired. That album is an endless source of creativity for me. Okay, but bass and composition.
No,
So,
but thank you for answering the influences question, because that's, yeah.
well, there's a lot more, and I can't even like name them all right now.
That's okay.
Like
bass.
bass. So
and composition.
let's go back. Let's go way back. All right. So like 6th grade, I'm learning music in the public schools. I was really into like Alice in Chains at that time, and I actually revisited Jar of Flies, which is my favorite album by them, like a couple months ago, and I was like, man, this is sad. And there's gonna be some like 2-part vocal harmonies on the next Shift album too, and I'm gonna like touch back on that because I really like the way Jerry Cantrell and Lane Staley always sounded, so I'll see what I can do with that. Okay, bass. It was Alice in Chains. And then I discovered the Chili Peppers, as every young bass guitar player does, and I got really into Flea like around 8th grade, and I got so into Flea that I even bought a Music Man Stingray bass, which is the kind of like bass Flea played on the Uplift Mofo Party Plan and like a lot of those albums like before Blood Sugar. And I liked Blood Sugar too. I mean, that album's that's a good ass album. But yeah, it was like the Uplift Mofo Party Plan it's kind of a top 10 album for me, honestly, still. I would say less now, but like that album really like it showed me that I wanted to be unique as a musician. And like I wanted to progress music into just weird territory that I don't even know, and that funk punk was kind of like the first touchstone for me. I definitely branched out genre wise after hearing that. I honestly think if I hadn't found that record when I was really young, I probably would have just been like stuck on Alice in Chains and like alternative rock and all that.
Which is also not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but like I really like listening to more things than alternative rock, man.
Yeah. Well, it also just ups your skills. It's just like level of ability necessary to play that kind of stuff is yeah.
I think at the height of my Flea interest, which was 8th grade,
Flintrist, if you will.
Flintrist. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, Flintrist. So it's the first day of jazz band in 8th grade, and being in jazz band also is about to blow my mind and expand my musical taste considerably. So I plug in the bass to the amplifier in the first day of jazz band, and I didn't even have to audition for this jazz band. Like the teacher asked me to be in here, and I plug the bass in and I turn the amp on and I go just playing some ghost notes just to make sure the amp is on. I just do only 3 of them. And my teacher, Miss Sauer, she goes, if you're going to be doing that all semester, we can change your schedule right now. Oh my God. Like, okay. Oh, man. Anyway, I was better at doing that thumb pluck stuff in 8th grade than I am now. So,
yeah. So I guess let's go into. There's a point when you realize that that's like music is what you have to do with your life. When was that for you?
I don't know. It was definitely like in middle school. I just like playing in class over and over and like kind of being rewarded for being gifted. I was kind of like, man, I feel like I'm not much good at anything else, so I think I'm gonna just keep doing this. And it just got out of hand from there, man. Now I'm here.
Okay, then let's go into like the pre-med thing. Why pre-med?
So, in my sophomore year of college, I had a massive jaw surgery to repair. Just like I was born with a cleft lip and palate. I also have synesthesia, and I think that's the reason I have synesthesia was my birth defect. And I had a massive jaw surgery. I underwent an operation called a Lefort 1 osteotomy. And what they did was they broke my maxilla and they moved it about 5 millimeters forward. And they took my mandible and they broke that, moved that about 5 millimeters back. And then I also had a second bone graft right here. And they took bone out of my iliac crest, and they put it up where the cleft was.
He's pointing at his hip, by the way, listeners.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should have said upper jaw and lower jaw, too. But,
well, these aren't terms that people really... Yeah, but...
So they took the upper part and moved that out. That's what happened. It also moved my, like, nose a bit forward, too. So, yeah, the Lefort 1 lines are, like, right here. Like, right above your upper lip and, like, below your cheekbones.
Yeah.
And there's more like Lefort lines in your skull too, and that's a whole thing. But anyway, they just broke my upper jaw, moved that forward, broke the lower one, moved it back. And this was just an operation I've been expecting my whole life. I've had a bunch more work done on my mouth too, and but man, I was 19 years old. And I was at Children's Mercy in Kansas City, and my face was swollen to the size of a basketball, and I was just like, what the hell am I doing here? And I just felt really compelled to give back in an objective way, because music only helps the people who want to hear it. But needless to say, music is more the dream, and that's more of like a day job I would do if I had to do it.
Sure.
And yeah, I just passed all those, and I'm actually kind of proud of that. I mean, that was definitely an eye-opening experience, and like that was the first time I've ever really had to study for something, was trying to pass those prereqs. And there was a lot of old school academic mentality in that whole process that I wasn't really aware of until then, and like a lot of teachers, trying to fail you. And a lot of stuff I really didn't feel like compelled learning. I have a lot of mixed feelings about college.
You've come to the right place.
Man. And after all that, I'm in about a $27K debt. Not actually like feeling too bad about that. There's people with more debt than that. I guess I'll let you know how that goes in 10 years, man. But yeah, I certainly have mixed feelings about college, and I'm happy I passed those. And I'm that's why I'm taking the gap year, because like medicine is a big commitment, especially when your dream is still music.
Yeah.
And I feel like my experiences just in music my whole life have just been different than a lot of people's. So I don't know. Sure. I don't know. I need this year, man. I need to learn some stuff about myself, dude. Yeah.
Once again, having enough presence of mind to be able to make that decision for yourself is really good. How has the medical learning experience shaped music for you?
Well, actually, like the music learning experience has shaped medicine, and the medicine experience has shaped music. So, music, I swear it was the only reason I learned medicine quickly. That was it, man. Honestly, the doctor brain and the musician brain are the same.
Sure.
Because everything in music is connected to and named after itself, just like everything is in your body. Yeah. Like and vice versa. Like you start hearing like, so the upper part of your arm, like your biceps and triceps, that's your brachial region, and like your brachial cephalic artery goes through there. And, this is your elbow. This is your cubital region. And then like the other side of your elbow, that joint right there is your antecubital region. And then your frontal region is named after your frontal bone, which is named after your frontal lobe of your brain. And I'm pointing at my forehead right now for those who aren't unsure. But yeah, everything is named after and connected to itself. And that was the thing that got me about music and medicine. So like,
yeah, I was like, oh, this is a major third, this is a minor third, and these are like, it's still a third, but one's major and minor, you can tell the difference because
And then like on bass and guitar, like you can take shapes, you can take like two major thirds, and have the major thirds be a major third apart, and that's a chromatic median. And I'm gonna start talking like an alien soon, but
well, you can either start talking like an alien in medical terms or start talking like an alien in music terms.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But man, everything is connected to and named after itself in both of those fields.
Yeah.
And it's very intuitive to me, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both, yeah, it's helped me.
I have a friend who is actually a resident now. But whenever he was going through med school, I would, every once in a while, whenever he would like come out of the dark pit that was medical school and be able to like talk to him, I would be like, what's the thing that you learned most recently that like makes you think that we should all be dead right now? You know what I mean? It's like, like the eyeball is just like protected by a thin film of skin. Like there's no reason why we should all be seeing right now or something like that. What's something that you learned in all your stuff that just made you be like, we should be dead, or at least I should never be playing an instrument or whatever that is,
Cancer definitely got more scary to me after learning about the body and medicine. Sorry, Mr. Microphone. Yeah, cancer. There are carcinogens in kind of everything. And let's see, like there's a significant mutation that goes on in your body, like every 10,000. I don't entirely remember what, like, I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't entirely remember.
It's not part of the point.
Anyway, but there's a significant mutation that occurs like every 10,000 cell divisions or something. Sure. And then, but like your body is also so good at like protecting that at the same time. Mm-hmm. But like, but like millions of those mutations will end up in cancer, and like you're mutating right now. Yeah. But like the chances of cancers going up is like chance
we
is rising.
Keep putting things in the environment to like, and ourselves to make it to where cancer does happen much more often.
And then there's different kinds of mutations too, like point mutations, and sometimes the whole chromosome is just like just part of it just gets deleted. Yep.
Yeah, no, I guess I'll go with that one's a good one, because I do also want to hear just about Shift in particular. What is Shift? Who is Shift? Why is Shift?
Man, all right. So Shift is my primary band right now. I brought those two dudes together. So I met the drummer way back in middle school. And we actually didn't say a word to each other for 2 years. And we were both in jazz band, and we were just playing music before we even spoke to each other. And I met that dude. I actually met him back in high school when I was insulting this other kid's taste in punk rock. And this one kid, he's like, "Hey Ben, you wanna join this punk band I got?" And I'm just like, "Oh, maybe. What kind of punk is it?" And he's like, "Oh, it's like Blink-182 or 5 Seconds of Summer." And I was like, "Dude, I only listen to real punk rock. I listen to the Minutemen or the Bad Brains." And then from across the room, Matt, the drummer from Shift, is like, oh, you listen to the Minutemen?" I was like, "Yeah." And those were the first 2 words we like spoke to each other, like after 2 years of not talking to each other. And then after that, I had this other band before I had Shift called Capsaicin in high school. And yeah, I mean, sort of. We didn't have a clue what we were doing.
Everyone's got to have like some garbage bands in their past.
Oh, you really do. But this was interesting because like it was like a garage jazz band, and we were like pretty like advanced on our instruments for our age, but we didn't really know how to be in a band. Didn't really have clear ambitions. Yeah.
That's the point of the garbage bands in the beginning.
Yeah. But anyway, so there was this one drummer who his name was Paxton. I haven't seen him in forever, but I asked him to be in Capsaicin originally, and he was like, let me check my schedule. And he never got back to me. And then I asked Matt, and he agreed. And he was like a fledgling jazz drummer. He wasn't really like much at the time, but like, man, he once I asked him to be in that band, he took off. Like, he really started getting into stuff. And we would have Capsaicin rehearsals, and the guitarist would show up the least. And he's actually a very good guitarist. He goes to UNT now. His name's Ian Zinneker, and he's I hope he's doing well if he listens to this.
I hope he's showing up to rehearsals.
Man. Yeah, he's a brilliant jazz guitarist, though. He knows his shit, man. But anyway, I just would end up hanging out with Matt the whole time. And like, we would just play music as like a drum and bass duo, drive around, listen to more music. And we would do that just like daily, almost. And we turned each other on to a lot of things. And I think it started when I showed him Mr. Bungle. Mr. Bungle is like my favorite band ever. I can't believe I didn't mention them, but like they are it. Like, my top one album is California, man. And that man, I still find something new in that album every time I listen to it. I am such a simp for that band, dude. You don't understand. Like, back in my early teens, I'd listen to all of the albums, all of the demo tapes. Like, I listened to Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny, like, back when it was a demo, before they re-released it as, like, their fourth album.
I don't know, Mr. Bungle, so I was like, sure.
It's all good. It's all good. But right before COVID, they actually had a reunion concert, and I flew from OKC to LA just to see that concert, and it was awesome, man. Like, I can't believe, like, Mike Patton is just as much of a lunatic as he is on stage in real life. Like, that dude on the albums, that's just him. That's just him, man. Dude, yeah, I love Mr. Bungle. So I think the growth of our ears started there with Mr. Bungle. And then Matt showed me like the Eric Andre show. And then he showed me like Death Grips. And there's apparently a rumor that they're making a new album. And they might have a show at Cane's in Tulsa in the fall. That's a rumor I heard. And if it's true, I'm going to that.
Yeah.
I'm also going to see Black Midi in Lawrence, Kansas on October 7th, man. I'm hyped for that. Man, but like, he showed me Death Grips, but like, I got him into jazz. And he got me into there's so much. There's so much. He got me into so much, man. I still feel like he's the coolest dude ever. Drummer from Shift.
Yeah.
Matt.
Where does the Brosfeld come in?
I met him in college at OCU, and he was a cool dude. He just knew things. He knew a lot of stuff about things I just had no clue about. And Matt is now in Missouri State. He still lives in Springfield, Missouri. And he's studying jazz. He's such a damn good drummer now, dude. That solo on Origin, dude. Dude, he knows. But I met Ben in college, and every day I would miss Matt, but I'd be hanging out with Ben. And then one day I was like, Ben, you got to meet this drummer I know who lives in Missouri. And then one day we just finally set aside the time for a trip. I think this was after COVID had happened, so we were kind of doing nothing. And we're just like, let's drive to Springfield, Missouri, you and I. And I will just jam. We'll just jam with Matt once or twice. And because Matt and I had never jammed with an electronic musician before. Like, we never jammed with like a modular synth dude.
Yeah.
Who Ben is also a very gifted classical pianist. He's very good at that.
Yeah.
Good at cello too, man. But we just jammed, and we didn't think anything would come of it, but we jammed, and we were just kind of like, wow, this is awesome. Let's be a band. And that's how Shift started.
Why Shift?
So this is entirely true, by the way, but originally we were going to be Shaft. And because I suggested Shaft because I was like, that's mighty. Also, dick joke funny. And they were both like, Ben, do you really want people to giggle every time they hear our band name?
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, I know. And then at that moment, I was like, wait, guys, shift is a word. And then they were just like, oh, yeah. And that's how that came about.
But it's stylized in all caps because you have to hold shift to type shift.
Yeah.
That was something I realized, like, yeah.
And we're going to be shift until litigation occurs. So
yeah. We'll see what all the other shifts have to say.
We will see.
We'll see if they have any shift to say.
Quite. Anyway, the goal of the band is to sound like we're one letter away from shit. So that's us. So I'd say like the biggest inspiration for that album, for Shift, was Black Midi's Schlegenheim. When Shift formed, all three of us were, I mean, me mostly, but I was trying to acquire virtuosity. I was trying to be like really good on whatever instrument I was playing, but it also wasn't going anywhere because like I had such a vague definition of like what I wanted. Like, and then I heard that album, Schlegenheim, and I was just like, oh my God. This stuff is like really simple what they're playing, but it's really awesome. Forget virtuosity. I'm just going to be unique. And then it just gave me permission to just do weird stuff. Like Assemble, that song was just, that riff, I wrote that riff on notation software. And I was just like, you know, I'm just going to repeat this the whole time. Yeah. Because there's stuff in Black Midi, like, where it's just like, dirk, 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 like that's the whole song. Yeah. And it's awesome. Yeah, so if you ever listen to Black Midi's Schlegenheim, you will understand Shift's timelines on a whole new level.
Yeah. We'll get back to Shift. But I'll have two questions still on this front. What's something people don't normally know about you?
Man, all right. What's a thing people don't usually know about me? I don't really know how to answer that, so I'm just going to say some controversial stuff. All restaurants are mid, whether you know it or not.
I'm down. Yeah, I can see that. That's fine. Yeah. No, I mean, that's fair enough. Unless, like, I don't know. Sure.
Man.
Yeah.
So much unseasoned food out there, man. It's been pissing me off lately.
And then last one on this front, what advice do you have for people that are trying to do what you do?
Oh, dude, be kind, be courteous, and have no expectations. I mean, not be courteous, be curious. Be kind, be curious, and have no expectations. You can be courteous too. But yeah, be kind, be curious, have no expectations.
Yeah. Make some cool shit. Switching gears into the questions that make bit depth.
Fantastic.
What is the role of spirituality or religion in your life?
Man, all right. So I was raised Catholic.
Same.
I was not into it.
Yeah.
I was kind of, I just got it, like, even as a small child, I just kind of got a bad vibe from the whole thing. Mass was also incredibly boring for me. I had no clue what was going on the whole time. I would say I didn't even have a concept of like spirituality until at least like 8th or 9th grade. Yeah. You know, the age when that kicks in. Sure. Man, yeah, I was a bad Catholic. And then 8th grade, I was like an iffy atheist. And then when I was 14, I was like, you know, there is a higher power. I'm not sure who it is, though. But man, lately I've really taken great solace in Buddhism. And I would still feel like I'd be a bad Buddhist now if I ever really got into it. And I can't say I really feel like a Buddhist all that much either, but like I've just taken great solace in the effort, in the attempt to extinguish all desire and all attachment from everything around me. I've attended some meditations like at the Vihara temple, as like it was part of a class, and I just didn't expect it to be like that mind blowing, but just to temporarily just have your mind be empty is class, man.
Yeah,
dude, I love that. It's great.
How did you get there?
Well, I took an intro to world religions class at OCU, and the assignment was like, all right, pick a religion that's not yours. It's the Buddhist group, the Jewish group, and the Muslim group. And I picked the Buddhist group because my mom's also a yoga teacher. Actually, she's a certified yoga teacher, and I've always really been thinking about like non-attachment and how I can be not attached to stuff and like what I can get rid of in my life. And it's actually going to be a good bit of Buddhist references on the next Shift album. Cool. Man, Buddhism has also brought me like a lot of peace in my, like regarding my upcoming death. I'm not going to die anytime soon, but like, man, when I die, I will be free of all desires. I'm not going to kill myself at all, but dude, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Death is definitely a theme on timelines.
Dude, yeah.
What is your definition of God?
My definition of God? Wow. I don't know if I have a very like distinct definition. I'm just going to steal Frank Zappa's definition, and I'm just going to say I think it's like a big note. Man, if I could describe everything with words, I wouldn't need to play it on my instrument, man. Yeah, I think God is just like a big note.
Fair enough. What is free will? Maybe you've come across this thing in your dabbling in Buddhism.
That's a good question. Can't say I'm sure it exists, but I think free will occurs. I think free will is like a culmination of like a series of habits. And I'm saying that because I think about improvisation a lot. I kind of think life is a giant free-form stream of consciousness act. And sometimes you don't even feel like you're in control of it. But when you improvise on your instrument, which I know you do, that's just a culmination of all the previous experiences
and experiments
you've had on that instrument. It just comes out, and you're just kind of going with it. Yeah, you're just kind of going with it. And in regards to free will, I feel like I'm just kind of going with it right now. Yeah. So yeah, I think free will might just be a series of going with it's for me at this point in my life.
Cool.
I'll answer that.
What do you think happens when we die?
Man, I think whatever happens, whatever you believe happens is gonna happen when you die. I personally like to I don't really know if you have like a soul or like a ghost that goes somewhere when you die, but I like to think personality and personality traits are reincarnated. If some hallucinatory stuff happened when you die, that'd be pretty cool, man.
No, I mean, it definitely does. Your brain is flooded with DMT, so
yeah, man. Anyway, I guess right now I like to think that your desires are extinguished and your personality is carried on to someone else. So that's
How do you determine what good behavior is?
Man, I like to think that you can't really just ask yourself, like, am I a good person? You got to ask yourself, what good have I done for the world? And a lot of good is contextual, to me, at least. So I ask myself, am I a good person? And lately I'm just like, man, I haven't like broken a ton of rules, but I just follow them. And I feel like being good it's a thing where you go above and beyond just like following laws and rules and your own values. So lately I would say, honestly, I'm a very neutral person. Like,
Ever killed anyone?
I have not killed anyone. I have not.
I guess I should like wait before making that sort of statement because I don't know what anyone is like. You haven't. I don't know if you've never killed anyone, but like luckily you haven't killed anyone.
I have committed no murder. Anyway, I think good behavior is, in short, it's contextual, and I think I have neutral karma right now.
Cool.
Yeah. What good have I done? I guess I learned all that knowledge about the human body and whatnot so I can use it to serve others if I see fit in the future. So yeah, that's where I am right now.
Yeah, you have a high potential energy for good at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. How do we reduce the division between people?
Reduce the division between people. Well, you got to be kind, be curious, and have no expectations. I think you just got to go out and you got to see things for yourself. And you got to meet different people from different backgrounds. And you just got to ask them questions. And you want to ask enough questions to realize that could be you if the circumstances were different. That's something that's really blown my mind lately is like, there is a context in which I've grown up in. And like the way you're treated, that's all a part of the context and how you observe art and like frame of references. It's all like a context. And like I'm like only recently realizing that the white male context is a thing that I've grown up with. And like, there's so much context out there and like experiences that I just haven't experienced. Yeah. And I guess if you're aware of that, that'd reduce the divide between a lot of people. Yeah. And then of course there's that old golden rule that's all like present in all those religions and all that stuff, which is just treat others like you want to be treated. So there's that too. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the platinum rule?
I didn't know there was a platinum rule.
So the thing about, or like the issue with treat others as you'd like to be treated is that it is sort of a positive claim. Interesting. Or a positive command. And instead the platinum rule is sort of a negative command. Do not treat others as you would not like to be treated.
Yeah. Epic. That works
and
too.
So it's like, cause some people are into BDSM and others are not.
Yeah.
And so if those people that are into BDSM treated other people the way that they wanted to be treated, it would not go very well if they were also not into that. So instead, do not treat others as you would not like to be treated.
I fuck with that platinum rule, man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Be kind, be curious, have no expectations. That's stuff I think about a lot.
Yeah. Whereas, do you believe humans are evil by nature?
No. I think all babies are born neutral. And experience has a hand, just your own personal experience has a hand in how things go. No, I think we are all born neutral.
What do you think humanity is heading towards in the future?
Some fuckery. Dude, I think about those rising water levels a lot, man. But there's also like there's so much good still out there. And I know there's children out there who are just becoming more emotionally mature, and that's good. I think we're heading into a mixed bag, but guess what? We've been in a mixed bag this whole time. I think about the environment a lot. I love nature and camping and whatnot, in addition to music and medicine. I rock climb a lot too. That's one of my big things. I do like 4 things: music, school. Oh
Not
no,
anymore. Not right now.
not right now. Rock climbing and drinking coffee. I do. I do like 3 things now. And I recently went to Mount St. Helens while I was on vacation, and that was a childhood dream of mine accomplished. I was so happy. It was so cool. And I went to Coldwater Lake, which was a lake that was formed right immediately after the 1980 eruption. And when it formed, it smelled like rotting garbage, and it was dark and murky, and it was full of volcanic ash and sediment. And the microorganisms in that lake made it crystal clear within like a year and a half. And I was just amazed that like little bacteria could just do that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, that's so cool that bacteria can do that. Now, if only they could eat microplastics.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
They're working
It's like, man, if we genetically engineer bacteria to eat microplastics, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, mixed bag.
Yeah, we're heading towards a mixed bag, and we're coming from a mixed bag. That's what I think.
Yeah. To get away from maybe some of the negativity of that question, what are you optimistic about for our future?
Man, I have always been really excited about just the things I don't know. And like ever since I was a child, like I loved music that I couldn't predict.
Yeah.
Like as a 5-year-old, I would literally be listening to music and they'd be playing. And then I would have what I thought the next pitch in my head was going to be. And if the music ended up being that pitch, I'd be like, nah, this is boring. If I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. So I just love music that subverted my expectations. And I remember being like little and like loving the Beatles, like even like late period Beatles, man. I recently revisited that stuff. That shit was awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, Revolver, like great album. They wrote exclusively bangers for that one. So what makes me optimistic? I am optimistic about the things I just don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's an infinite amount of things I don't know out there.
Yeah.
And I want to know them.
Yeah.
And like there's just so much stuff I haven't done. That's what gets me optimistic, is just the mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes you content?
Makes me content. Definitely like drinking a cup of coffee and then doing some sort of exercise makes me, I don't know, if I have a roof over my head and playing a little bit of bass, it makes me pretty content. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The exercise thing now, especially over the course of 2019, I actually lost 60 pounds, and that changed everything for me, dude. Holy crap, man. It's wild how much endurance I have now. I really only need to eat about half as much as I do, or I did. I also discovered that I actually do have that track star metabolism that allows me to eat whatever I want without gaining weight, and I was just forcing myself to be overweight. It's also wild the amount of like respect you get treated with when you're thinner and more like conventionally attractive. It's wild.
Yeah.
And it's not really in like, I can't really name any specific situations. It's just kind of like the looks you get. You're just taken more seriously. Anyway, I'm hoping I can get like more cut and more just feeling better about myself. So I can just be more of a dork and I can just get away with it all. Dude, it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick, man.
When will you be satisfied?
Damn. way things are going, probably never. Yeah. I feel like life isn't really about being happy all the time. It's about having a rich variety of different experiences. So, never, I guess.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's okay too.
Yep.
What advice do you have for people in general?
Dude, be kind, be curious, have no expectations.
Amazing. Lastly, potentially most importantly, cake or pie?
Damn. Oh. Ooh. I think my actions would say cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the cake that is coming to mind as you say that?
I don't know, just like the texture of cake in general. Like I'm a flavors man. Okay. I've had really great cakes and I've had really great pies, man. My mom makes this awesome chocolate coffee pecan pie every Thanksgiving. And it is delicious. But I think like my favorite dessert of all time is tiramisu. And I've had some really great crunchy ice cream cakes. And then Reese's makes this weird hybrid creation that's like cake, ice cream, and pie in one.
Yeah.
But I think I've definitely had more cakes than pies throughout my life because there was a period as like a child where I did not like pie. But it's okay. Cake. Yeah. Cake. What about you? What say you?
I am a pie man.
Respect.
Yeah, the substance that like makes up the bulk of cake versus what makes up the bulk of pie. I prefer the fillings of pies rather than the fillings of cake.
Yeah. Totally understand. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Mr. Skaloot, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me.
Where can we find you and your things?
You can find my stupid ass Instagram account at b.skaloot on Instagram. You can find my band at shift.band on Instagram. You can also find my band on YouTube at Shift Band OKC. No spaces, no caps. The singles are on there. The full album is on there.
And it's also just streaming.
It's streaming everywhere on Apple Music, on Spotify,
whatever the things other people use.
No physical copies yet. Oh, there's that Frank Herbert sample on Infields, the last track of the album, and we apparently cannot use that sample for physical copies. We can't make any money off of it. That was just
interesting.
Something we agreed to. But lately I've been thinking about what if we made something like little zines, like little baby magazines. You ever heard of those? Mm-hmm. Those are just liner notes, fun stuff about the album, and then a QR code. I'm like, what if we just sell a QR code?
Right, yeah.
Would that work?
Sure. I don't know. I don't know how the things work with the rights of Frank Herbert, and they should be free to use that really good quote that everyone should listen to.
Anyway, also, Shift t-shirts are now available for $15. You can find them on the band's Instagram page. You can find our Venmo at the page too.
Shift-band, I think that was.
Shift-band is the Venmo. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, once again, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Santiago Ramones.
I'm Benji Skaloot.
What song is about to play at the end of this here podcast?
Playing Fields.
Cool.
Yeah.
out in Union Square and we've got 6 years left. What am I to do? There's nothing I can. It's out of my hands and in the hands of undeserving dudes. I dream of life in fields where the water's gone. I just want to see my home again. I dream of life in cars and out of boats. I just want to feel love again. And I dream of life in fields where the water's gone. And I dream of lost decades where the water's gone. And I dream of assembly where the water's gone. And I dream of summer haze where the water's gone. And I'll see you on the other side of life. I'll see you on the other side of life.
We have the latitude to do enormous changes in this society. We have the energy resources to make these changes. However, these are not simple changes I'm talking about. No, they're not really simple changes. We're just going to have to bite the bullet on some things and say this is going to cost us. And I refuse to be put in the position of having to tell my grandchildren that I have grandchildren. I'm sorry, there's no more world for you. We used it all up. I'm a believer in the high energy life. I just say we have to shift from non-renewable energy to renewable energy. And we have to start taking the steps now. We really do have to start taking those steps now.
You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. I make music and produce audio. The music you're hearing now is music I made. You can listen to official releases by Santiago Ramones on Spotify, Apple Music, and the other streaming places. Or you can support me directly by buying my music on Bandcamp. I'm working on Hypothetical, my first singer-songwriter album, so if you'd like to hear that at some point, there are lots of ways to support me on my website. There's a Discord server in which we discuss deep topics from the podcast, but it's also a community of beautiful human beings. All the links to all my things are on my website, santiagoramones.com. Please take a moment to rate and review the podcast. It would mean a lot to me to hear what you have to say, and it lets others know what to expect, better than I could ever explain. I want to help the world have deeper conversations, so thank you for listening to and supporting Mid Depth. I was in the podcast with my 3 things. They shape my life philosophy. Those 3 things are: love never fails, it's going to be okay, I might be wrong.
Beautiful.